Guys, what's up? It's BWiz here, coming at you with a little tutorial, kind of a beginner tutorial on installation of ComfyUI within RunPod. So, yeah, let's dive right into it. I went ahead and made a network storage. You just click on storage right here. You click New Network Volume. And then from there, you select whichever is closest to you or whichever one looks the best apart as availability. You have to click one of them. So typically, you just find whatever's going to work the best for you and give you the most servers. So it looks like this one right here. It's pretty well. Yeah, we'll go with this one. And that's what I went with for this client. So you can name the volume whatever you want to name it. And depending on how much space you need, so for this one, I've got them 200 gigabytes, and that runs about $15, about $15 a month for 200 gigabytes. So I would say that's going to be probably about, most installations can get pretty big with the new WAN models and all these new Flux models coming out. So, we're just going to go with that. And so from there, you just click create and that'll be your network storage. So from there, you go to pods. And you want to pick a decent pod. Right now, we're just doing the setup, so I'm actually just going to pick this. It's relatively smaller, actually, just so we can get set up and start it going. So, from there, you can go ahead and name your pod. It doesn't really matter. It actually gives it a pretty cool nickname, just like Reddit does. Organizational Teal Chickadee. Okay, we'll go with that. You want to go in here and you want to change your exposed port. You need 8888 for the JupyterLab, and we need 8188 for ComfyUI itself. So we just select that. It'll stick here, and then you can always just click it from the bottom. That way you don't have to remember. There, let's see, they got the 222 gigabytes. I just put the 2s because I like them. And then container disk gives you a little bit of extra space there but that gets deleted after this container is terminated. This does not, this stays consistent. So what we're going to do, we're going to set overrides there and go ahead and deploy pod. Can't see the whole button, but deploy pod and then go to my pods. And then from there, you can watch the containers start to set up and everything. It goes ahead and starts the PyTorch, installs Python, CUDA, everything eats here for you. And then we'll go through to JupyterLabs and actually insert our installation and update package, and we will start the ComfyUI installation or RunPod. So what we're going to do when we hit connect, so it'll take a little bit, like it wasn't ready yet. So now it's ready. So we're going to click our JupyterLabs. Now keep in mind, I have already started the installation process beforehand. That way we could speed up this video. It's still actually installing, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the method of getting it to work. You want to get the file that I have shared in the description. It's called bwiz_labs ComfyUI installation. You'll want to get that extracted to a folder. You want to jump into since we're doing RunPod, now if you wanted to install it on your home Comfy, if you have a good GPU, you could actually set up using this. Just open up the batch file and, open up the ComfyUI installer batch file. We're going to use the RunPod, and so basically just copy all these files over to your workspace. So you just go over and put them right there, just drop them in there. I've already done it. And then from there, the command you'll need to run, I'll actually post the command. Because it's actually got both of these running now, and it's just showing our installation. So the actual command you'll want to type in your terminal, you can open a terminal just by clicking a new tab and in your terminal, you want to type chmod +x and then ComfyUI make sure you get the capitalization in C and a UI underscore installer with a capital I underscore RunPod capital N .sh. And what that'll do is it'll just basically allow you to have the permission to run this installer package. So then after you have typed that, you will type .-ComfyUI, once again, installer underscore, hold on to that. Yep, Comfy's RunPod, and make sure you get the capitalization right again. .sh. And what that'll do is it'll run, now it will run the installer package, which is what we're already doing over here. I just wanted to speed things up, and yeah, we'll skip towards the end, and we'll go ahead and show you how we run it and finish the setup. Once this is all done, I'll start the video again on the next point. That way we're not wasting too much time here. Just a heads up on this. When it starts, gets to this point around here, it starts to look like it's throwing some errors. It has something to do with sage attention. We'll talk about that here in just a second, but let's go ahead and let this finish. Go ahead and grab you a cup of coffee. We're already about 28 minutes in. I think we should be done in roughly 30 to 35 minutes. We shouldn't be too long in this little loop right here, but it does throw what looks like some errors. But don't worry, it's going through. It's going to finish everything up for us. So let's just go ahead and wait on it to finish. And you see here, it got through all those pesky sage attention errors. I'm not sure, but it does said adding sage attention. It's processing it, and it has installed it. So now it's getting down here to install these other packages, and I promise you, we're about done. So we're looking at a little bit more time than I originally thought. Maybe it's so we've already about 36 minutes in. So let's just I want to say it's going to be really close to being done after this, but let's give it a little bit longer, and we'll go ahead and enter ComfyUI and go ahead and get everything else set up in this installation for you.
Here we go.
A little bit further in here now, not too much longer. I did want to just let you know, after it gets done doing the dependencies, you'll see that it starts to install ComfyUI nodes. It like some of the most important nodes that it needs. We'll go ahead and get those installed. And yeah, you're a few minutes away from having ComfyUI set up on RunPod. Congratulations, we're almost there. Clocking in at about 40 minutes, okay? So that was a little bit off, about 10 minutes off, so not too bad there. All right, so once it's done, it says, ComfyUI is installed with all the dependencies. A lot of these dependencies are for, doing like Instagram type photos, realistic photoed characters. Now, what we'll do after we're finished, I want to tell you, we need to chmod plus x, and chmod the file run underscore comfy UI. The UI is not capitalized, but the R and the C are capitalized. And then .sh, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to also chmod plus x, and we're going to do the update to underscore comfy. No UI at all, just update comfy. So go ahead and do that. And so now we're going to go ahead and update comfy. So we're going to go .dash update underscore comfy. No UI on there, it's just update comfy.sh. So we're going to go ahead and run that. Already up to date. Good. Let's go ahead and also chmod the plus x. Don't forget plus x. Just update underscore Julie underscore caption .sh. And then, oh, we messed something up. Joy caption. Oh, it's Joy caption Linux. Sorry about that. Yeah, and that's because we're running Linux within RunPod. So yeah, let's make sure we do that. Okay, now we're going to dash the same update to underscore Julie underscore caption underscore Linux dot sh. And there's no capitalization in any of that. And so, let's see, the repository already exists. Okay, we got it going. And then, bear with me, we're almost there. We're getting close to the end. The Joy Caption update for Linux. That's just something that for certain workflows, and specifically the one that I plan on introducing you guys to within RunPod, I want to bring up. It's basically an Instagram character creation model workflow, and so yeah, we'll work on doing that in another video after this. So what we're gonna do first, we're on a last step here. Bear with me. I know it's a little bit longer than we had expected originally. I think the download speed for this container is a little bit slow. So what we're gonna do another chmod because we're still in workspace. Chmod, and then plus X, and so we're gonna do ComfyUI dash not underscore model dash installer dot sh dot sh, and then yep, okay, now we're gonna do dot dash so we can run it. Oh, sorry, don't space. ComfyUI dash model dash installer dot sh. And so what this does is give you the ability to download certain models. So it downloads most of your Flux FP8 if you have a good amount of VRAM, we'll say 24 gigs or more on your container. Which most of these are going to be, if you're running on RunPod, you're going to be able to run pretty much all of it. You'll want to select, if you're doing videos like WAN 2.1 or 2.2, you'll definitely want to, well, let's see, these are only 2.1 models. I haven't updated it to the 2.2 models yet, but I will be doing that soon. And also and you just enter the choice, whichever one you want to get. So let's just say we want to get the Flux FP8, which I'm not going to do it because it's going to take too long. But we'll actually hit number 7. So this one has NSFW lesson models for adult content, which a lot of my clients want to do. So that's kind of what I'm going to do a tutorial about. So yeah, I'll just hit 7 and it starts, boom, it starts downloading everything for us. IP adapters, it starts downloading control nets, it starts downloading checkpoints, it starts getting units for just whatever it needs, it's gonna get. It could get GGUF files. It's pretty wise to just go ahead and run the ones that you plan on utilizing. That way it can go ahead and get the models for you. You see how fast it does it. So I really think that this is a pretty good collection of models here that we've created here, and it should really speed up your install. And it should actually put you on a straightforward path to creating models and consistent characters and various things like that. So we'll go ahead and let this finish, and then we'll go ahead and start ComfyUI up, and I'll show you how that whole process. Let's just let these downloads complete, and we'll come right back to it. And so I guess we'll be clocking in maybe, I don't even want to say about an hour, because the download speeds, they can vary. So let's just stop timing it and go with the flow. And so I want to show you how to actually download our own, custom LoRa's, custom checkpoints, various different things without using this model downloader here, which, I mean, the model downloader does really good for, what it lists here, but there are some things that, eventually you'll have to get on your own. So we'll just go ahead and hit 8 to back out of that. So that tells us we're now in our workspace directory. That shows right here, which has the ComfyUI folder in it. So what we'll do, we'll type cd, which means change directory, and we'll type ComfyUI, capital C and capital UI, no slash or anything, just cd ComfyUI. And you see there, it now puts us in ComfyUI directories. From there, we'll type dir directory, and we can see we have our models folder, we have our output folder, custom nodes, So occasionally you'll be wanting to install custom nodes, and in order to do that, you can usually use the ComfyUI Manager. But in case you can't, you can type cd custom_nodes, and it'll put you in that folder. From there, you type git clone, and then paste your GitHub link there. But we're not going to mess with that right now. We're going to cd dot dot, which also means back to the previous directories. Now we're back in the ComfyUI directory. So what we'll do from here, we'll type cd models. And that puts us in the models. It's that dir one more time. And that shows us like all the folders are for control nets, checkpoints, LoRa's, upscale models, you name it, they're in there. And so what we're gonna do to start with, we're gonna go into our cd check, checkpoints. All right, and that's with an S, checkpoints. And you can see some of them have S's at the end, like diffusion models, but then control net has just control net instead of S. So some of them have S's at the end, you'll just have to look. That's why I usually look at the dir to make sure I'm in the right directory. So cd to checkpoints. And then let's go ahead and get our command for what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the Flux context dev safe tensors. It's just it's a relatively big file, which I think our installer pack only gets the GGUF. But let's say you wanted this. So we would, of course, we'd find it by searching up flux1 context dev.safe tensors. You'll typically hit on a Google link that'll link you to a Hugging Face. And from there, you'll click files and versions, and then go ahead. Well, let's click it there. That way I'll show you. You typically, I like to go on in, find the safe tensors file, actually click that, and then copy the link address. And so what you want to do, I'm going to put this template for downloading things using the Hugging Face CLI. That way we don't use WGET, because sometimes it can have errors and it can just cause problems. So I will post this into the description. And yeah, so what you'll do, we're already in our checkpoints folder. So we'll just paste that over and let it start. And typically, depending on how fast your internet is, before this container, it's actually seemed to speed up a bit now. It was slower at first, but now it's going pretty fast. Yeah, it's 23, not 24 gigabytes there, so it's a huge file. But yeah, that's how you actually take and put, your own checkpoint within your models folder. So it's a good little lesson there on how to do that. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and let this finish, and then we're gonna fire up ComfyUI for the first time here and show you how to get it running. All right, so we've finished the download for Flux Context Dev. I think we're about ready to go ahead and test this out. So let's cd dot dot to go back, because cd dot dot, and just get back to our workspace folders. Now we're there, dir, we're in our workspace folder. Cool. All right, so what we need to do from here is, let's see, we need to, see, I think, look, let's just make sure that I did this at the very beginning. I'm not sure if I did or not. We're gonna chmod plus x update, oh no, sorry. Run _ comfy UI.sh. Let's make sure it's able to run, and then we're gonna do the same. We're gonna .dash as we did before, and I'm not sure if we already did this. I just want to make sure we did. It doesn't hurt to do it twice. ComfyUI.sh. Moment of truth. Can I get like a drum roll sound or something? Oh no, that's a motorcycle. All right, let's go. Forgot, I put a space in between. Never put a space, it's an accident. So all right, we have opened our virtual environment. It's created our virtual environment. It has successfully started the security scan for ComfyUI. Right, so it's going ahead. It's installing the custom node. So yeah, that's a good sign. We've got ComfyUI Manager installed. we're running on Python 3.10.12. From here, it kind of just gives you a lot of information about how much VRAM you have. If you're familiar with ComfyUI, this is the typical, terminal intro to ComfyUI. I was running on just a kind of a smaller GPU right now, just because we were installing everything. Now, this does use Sage Attention. Now, from what I've gathered, it's primarily, I think it helps with video work for like WAN for WAN 2.1 or 2.2. So Sage Attention is good for some things. I have found that sometimes it gives some types of errors and can actually crash your session, and actually have had some installation issues on Windows. But here on Linux, it seems to run pretty normally. So yeah, this is just the normal startup process, but yeah, we're about here at the end. We're about to fire up ComfyUI and show you how to install missing custom nodes, just the typical setup. And I'm gonna end the video there, the setup, because I actually have plans future for, specific workflows. So we'll get into that later on. And if you let it run to the end here, it will show you, that you need to start up your port 8188. And so, yeah, I just kind of zoomed into the end. Looks like everything is perfect, except for, that's not a big deal. But yeah, most of our nodes that are, predefined and we're already put in there, they all came up working good. So, yeah, from there, we go back to our RunPod page. Remember where our pods are. And, we'll click this, we'll go to connect, and we'll actually hit HTTP service. It looks like it hasn't started up yet, but I think it has. Let's see here. Yeah, it started up. I just need to run it for the first time, and then it'll say ready right here. There it went. Okay, it says ready now. And yeah, looking like everything is coming up good. The last thing to do would be plop a workflow in there and show you how to install your missing custom nodes. And that'll be as far as I go with the setup for today. And we'll have some more videos in the future that'll be really good. So let's just I need to find the workflow that I'm thinking about. Bear with me, my computer's a little bit messier than most. Yeah, no, not Flux Korea. Let's just go. And then let's go. Sorry, I don't want to take too long. Let's just go with a simple workflow like this. No, we need something that's going to be missing custom nodes. Let's go with this one. Okay, now that shows us that we're missing node types. So what we need to do, if you ever experience that issue, which will be an issue with most workflows, so we're just going to go to Manager, install missing custom nodes. All right, and see, that gives us a good little deal of nodes that we need to get there. So we'll just go ahead, we'll select install, and you kind of got to let it do its run its course. Hopefully this all works on the first try. That would be amazing. That'll be really good luck. Sometimes you have to retry, you have to try to fix, but I'll show you digital install, and then after that you can pretty much hopefully run most workflows and start to do everything that you need to do. So let's just give that a little second to install these nodes real quick. It won't take too long. It'll actually probably take longer when we restart, because then it has to get all the dependencies for these things too. So just bear in mind, ComfyUI is tedious, but it can be very rewarding also. It's very fun to learn all the ins and outs of it. So let's go ahead and we're almost done here. bit longer to install all of those missing dependencies that we have. And so, yeah, it should. We'll get right over to it. I'm gonna go ahead and skip on to the final. You know, just when we reload ComfyUI, make sure all the nodes are working. And so we're gonna go ahead and hit confirm in order to refresh the page. Everything I gave it a little while, and so let's hopefully we have fixed all these missing nodes and got most of our dependencies for a lot of good workflows. If you followed the guide this far, then I really think that you should have a pretty good understanding of how to run on RunPod and how to, you know, start to create what you're ultimately dreaming to create. And so that's, hopefully we can get to that point, and you know, you can start now working on your own workflows maybe that you find on the internet. And so, yeah, looks like everything is now completely installed here. And this is one of my custom workflows for a client, so I'm not going to get too in-depth into it. Maybe I'll release it later, maybe I won't. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Whoever watched to the end, look, you might as well go ahead and give it a like if you're here this far. But no, give it a like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll have some more content for you soon.